Hey, what's going on? It's Decide New 256. So it's been a couple of days, busy, obviously, weekend, President's Day weekend, but thinking about a few things. Wanted to go ahead and ask some questions, make you think a little bit. Yeah. So, I was thinking about this. When we're children, we dream, right? And we have all these ambitions and goals. And it's a lot because people start to talk to you about this. I think about my daughter. I start talking to her now. She gets a little bit older about what do you want to do when you grow up, because whether she believes it or not, it's going to be she's 12 now, she's going to be 18 tomorrow type thing. In my mindset. But I want her to be ready. I want her to start thinking about these things. I want her to go ahead and at least have some kind of idea of what it is that she wants to do when she grows up. So I was thinking about, why do we dream and why do we have all these ambitions and goals when we're young, and then all of a sudden, as we get older, they just kind of, disappear. And, a lot of the ways I think is, because either people are supportive or they're not supportive. You're a young individual and you have these goals, and they might be a little bit, for most a little bit outside of the box, maybe a little bit outlandish, and they're like, well, that's not a realistic goal. Maybe you should tone down that goal. And I think that when we do that, we kind of start to cut off our children, cut off the future from expressing their goals in the same ways that most people do when they finally have that idea of really what it is that they want to do. And I think we're kind of to blame for a lot of it, and what I mean by we, the society in general. We're there, and we're kind of like, we're harsh in some ways, instead of fostering that goal and realizing, hey, that's maybe I couldn't have attained that goal, but doesn't mean that my child can't, or the future can't. Another individual can't do that. So I think that's one of the reasons we stop dreaming, and we stop because as a child, right, as we're growing up, there's certain individuals that start to just knock us down and knock our goals down. So I say foster. If my daughter decides that she wants to be, a heart surgeon, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do everything in my power to ensure that she understands how much work has to go into that. But I'm never going to be like, well, why don't we pick something that's not as difficult? Absolutely not. She could be, who's to know? I cannot tell the future, and I don't know. She could be the, number one heart surgeon in the world and cure something and figure out a different way to do something in the future. But if I'm the one that's like, well, maybe we should tone back those goals. Maybe we should tone back, those ideas that you have. I think that overall I'm doing her a disservice. I'm doing society a disservice, and I'm doing the world a disservice, because, we don't know what our future what our future holds for us, and we don't know what futures lie ahead for our children, for those that are around us, the younger generations, etc. So stop doing that if you're doing it, and if you're the ones that are there and you're fostering that, keep doing that, because at the end of the day, I have goals and dreams that I would have never even thought to be imaginable now in my 30s, that I didn't have when I in my young teens. And it's not because my parents, it's not anything like that. It's just, there were others that were around me and just not always supportive. And you're going to hear that all the time. And you're going to hear the haters, and you're going to hear other individuals that, don't want you to succeed. But in its own way, those things take a toll on you. So think about that. At the end of the day, keep dreaming, keep having those goals that you have, the ambitions, because at the end of the day, no matter what, you could be 60, you could be 70, you could be 100, and still be going after your goals and dreams. So it's never too late. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. Till my next video, I appreciate you watching Decide and Do.